Baba is emphasizing on the power of soul consciousness. And although soul consciousness is the first chapter of our study, but I think that it takes a long time to master it. And Baba says that when you're soul conscious, then you will remember Baba and not commit any sin. Right? So we will be saved from committing sin, and we will also be able to stay in constant remembrance if I'm soul conscious. Now, what is soul consciousness? You see, first thing is, I am a soul and I am the master of my body. So we get this knowledge that I am a soul and I am the master of the body. Now you see that there was this one sister and she shared a very beautiful experience with me. She said that I did not even finish the whole course. She was just continuing with the course. And she said, my life has already changed because of attending the course for 3 days. So I said, what is it that has changed your life so much? So she said, my husband is generally very rude, disrespectful and dismissive towards me. He always dismisses my ideas, dismisses my identity. And I always felt that I'm getting affected by whatever he says or how he treats me. And since we live abroad, so there is no family, there is no one else, and we have a very small circle of friends. So my husband is the only one I kind of listen to. And when he is all the time rude and dismissive and disrespectful, so I also started creating a lot of self-doubt in myself. But then I came to the class and I understood that I am a soul and I am the master of my eyes, my ears, my body, and I interpret whatever I hear from the ears, whatever I see from the eyes, and I am the one creating an experience out of the whole world that I live in. And this one thing I started applying, that it is up to me to see the way I want to see, hear the way I want to hear, and also, to respond in a manner that I want to respond. And from that day onwards, I started trying to listen what I wanted to listen, not what he wanted to say. And when I started doing this for myself, then I'm feeling much better than I used to feel. So Baba tells us that first thing that you understand in soul consciousness is you are the master of the body. You are the creator of your thoughts. You are the one who chooses to focus where you choose to focus. You are the one hearing through the ears, seeing through the eyes, speaking through the mouth. So soul consciousness makes you the master of your inner world. And then the second thing that Baba tells us about soul consciousness is that I am Baba's child and I am made in the image of God. And as is my Baba, so am I. So Baba is the ocean of knowledge. I am also the master ocean of knowledge. Baba is the ocean of peace. I am the master ocean of peace. Baba is the ocean of purity. I am also a pure soul. So, when you sit in this awareness of your qualities and when you know Baba, do we know Baba? How do we know Baba? Through the Murli and through the through the stories that we hear about Baba. So we come to know how Baba plays his part in this world and how Baba is and what it means to be the ocean of purity, ocean of peace. Just think about how Baba is able to serve us for so many years without losing his peace, his purity, and sustaining us with his purity and peace. And Baba says that when you start realizing that I'm a soul and I'm like my Baba, and you start seeing yourself in your powerful state, in your self-image improves to the fact that you're Baba's child, then you consider yourself to be the master of this body, then how do you use your sense organs? You use every sense organ in complete control by order, and also you use it knowledgefully, peacefully, lovefully, with purity, with great power. Yes, so you stabilize yourself on your seat that I am a peaceful, powerful, knowledgeful soul, and then you use your sense organs the way you are, not you don't get affected by the information that's coming through the sense organs, but you use it like a master, like a Malik. So when you start doing that, then what happens is your sense organs start to get purified. Now, what do I mean by your sense organs getting purified? You just look at the state your sense organs are in now. What do your eyes see? Do the eyes see the bodies or do the eyes see the soul? They see the body, and then they get attracted and repulsed, and sometimes there is attraction, sometimes there is repulsion. And it is all happening because of not what it is, but because of how our eyes are trained to see. And our eyes only see defects. Our eyes don't see virtues in anyone. Now let me share another experience with you. So there is this one sister, and when she came into Gyan, whenever she opened the mouth, she will only speak, critically about everybody. So this person is like that, and this person spoilt my life, and this person is the villain of my life, and this person is so irritable, so disgusting. So she would always speak like this about everybody. And then slowly, gradually, she started listening to Gyan and doing yoga. And these days when I meet her, she's only expressing gratitude about everything and everyone. So whenever she opens the mouth, she only has good things to say about everyone. And she told me that, this person is so cooperative, and I'm so fortunate to be in an office where everybody is so cooperative and so giving and so this and so that. So when she was saying all of that, I was just noticing the difference in how she used to speak earlier and how she's speaking about everyone now. And then I pointed that out to her and I told her, do you understand it's all here? So she said, yes, I now understand. And I also understand that because I have shifted, I don't find any problems with anyone anymore. And I always feel that, whatever everybody is doing is the best they can. And I have deep gratitude for that. And she told me that even in office, if somebody is not addressing her problem, she is not, affected by that. She is very happy about the fact that somebody listened to her problem. And she is always able to focus on what is the good in any situation or what is the virtue in every person. And why I'm sharing this experience is because you see, earlier, if you notice, our eyes are seeing bodies, our eyes are seeing the defects, the shortcomings in everybody. And how do you clean these sense organs? How do you purify these sense organs? So when you start seeing not through the sanskars that you have created, but you start seeing as Baba directs you to see. Yes, so when you're soul conscious, so do you know that a soul is not the body and a soul is also separate from the acquired sanskars that we acquire. So you are not the body, you are not even the sanskars that you have acquired. So when you sit in soul consciousness, you don't look at yourself as you are today, as a soul, not in your acquired qualities, but you look at yourself as Baba's child and you look at yourself in your original qualities. So this is very important because what happens is sometimes we make this mistake of seeing ourselves as a soul with our acquired qualities because the acquired qualities are also there in the soul. So somebody would say that I'm an angry soul or they wouldn't say that I have anger, but they would say I'm an angry soul or I'm an irritable soul. So Baba says, no, that's not who you are. So when we say soul consciousness means seeing yourself as you originally are, seeing yourself as Baba's child in the perfect image of Baba's qualities. And when you see yourself like that and you are in your power and then you become soul conscious and come into action. This is a very important thing that Baba tells us today, that whenever you come into action, first become soul conscious, then come into action. Do you practice that? Yes, do you practice that? And how do you practice that? First thing is, you have to practice to take 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds of pause before coming into any action. Do you practice the pause? Because we have this very beautiful phrase, pause for peace. So if you can't pause, you can't anchor yourself in soul consciousness. So the first practice that we do is take a pause. So have you seen that there is this practice in the yajna, in this BK family, that whenever we start anything, we don't start anything outright. We start everything with Baba's remembrance. And even if there's a meeting or there is some issue to be discussed, yes, first what do we do in the yajna? So let's say all the seniors have gathered and there's a huge group. Then what do we do first? First we sit in Baba's remembrance. First we become soul conscious. And then we come into discussion, then we come into, deliberation about what needs to be done about whatever situation we are meeting for. So practice this pause first, that take a break, go within, remind yourself of who you are and remind yourself of what you are like, and remind yourself that you are not this body and you have to use this body to create the karma that you want to create. So, just like Baba tells us that, when we use a mic, so what do? You take the mic, talk through it, and then you leave it. Yes, and then you walk out. Similarly, you have to understand that you have to take the body. You don't have to carry the body all day. Yes, you don't have to carry the body all day. Carry the body as in not physically, I'm not talking about physically, but in your awareness, you don't have to carry the body all day. What do you mean by carrying the body all day? So, if you are constantly attached to the body, which means that you cannot disconnect your mind or detach your mind from the inputs coming through the body, that's carrying the body all day. Yes, so this is a world of sight and sounds, and this is a world of action, and this is a world of situations and circumstances and events. But that's there, and it doesn't have to play on your mind. Yes, you can be somewhere, but you can sit in your swadharma. You can sit in your soul conscious stage in remembrance of Baba and not let whatever is happening around you play on your mind. And you can just withdraw your attention from everything and sit. And whenever there is something that needs to be done by you in that situation, then what do? You take the body, you just pull the body into your awareness, and then you speak through the body, or you engage through any senses and listen and talk or whatever. And I tell you one experience in this regard. So I used to in office once be in a position for a long time where we had to organize meetings, and I was one of the person who was assigned to organize the meeting. And then you see, when I'm the organizer, I have to sit there throughout the meeting and I have no business with the contents of the meeting because that's a different department and they are discussing whatever is relevant to them, and it doesn't concern me in any way, but I have to sit through the meeting. So what I started doing is I just dispensed the body and I just used to be soul conscious and remember Baba and sit there. And earlier when I didn't do that, then when I came out of the meeting, I used to have this heavy head, throbbing head, because you're listening to all that which is not concerning you, and half of it, or maybe 90% of it doesn't make any sense to you, and then your head starts aching. But then when I started just leaving the body and I started focusing on myself and on Baba's remembrance, then I started leaving the meeting very recharged. So Baba says that, in this, throughout the day, if you look at it, most of the times you don't have to engage with the body. Do you have to always? Not always. You are in a space where you can just not hear, not see, and it's okay. Then you become soul conscious and sit in remembrance of Baba. You can as well be in complete ashariri bodiless stage in that time. And when you have to use the body, then from that space of being in the power of being the master of the body and being in a place where you're knowledgeful, peaceful, pure, loveful, blissful, you use the sense organs to create the karma that you want to create. Yes, and when you do this, then you will be saved from creating sinful karma. And it's a very good practice to, even when you're between works and you don't get that time to detach completely from the body, just take a pause of 10 seconds and come to a place of who am I and what am I like, and then come into action. Don't think about what's going on and what they are talking and what is the situation and then come into action. No. Think about who am I with, what is my quality, and what is the destiny I want to create for myself. And then come into action. How much time does this take? 10 seconds? 20 seconds? But you have to build this awareness every now and then. And for a long time, maybe 3-4 years back, I used to all day, just keep knocking myself and checking, what are you, soul conscious or body conscious? And I used to keep asking myself, where are you? Are you sitting behind the eyes like a master, or are you drawn into the pull of the senses? So it's very important to keep knocking at the door of your awareness and keep asking yourself whether you're soul conscious, whether you're in remembrance of Baba or not. And when you do that, when you keep doing that, then you start creating and not reacting. So if you look at these words, create and react, they are two ways of putting the same same alphabets together. So if you just rearrange create, you get react. So Baba says that then you become a creator, and when you are the creator, what kind of a sanskar will you create for yourself? You will create pure sanskars and pure sense organs. And when you keep doing that, then you reach your karmatit stage. And what is a karmatit stage? When your sense organs are pure. Sense organs are pure means, even when somebody is being rude to you, what do you listen? You listen to their pain, not to their rudeness. Yes, when you are seeing someone, you don't see the body, you see the soul, and you see the quality in the soul. You don't see the defects in the soul. So these are the ways that your sense organs become pure, and they become fragrant, because you see the vibration of purity is very beautiful, and that vibration reaches everybody. And then there is another sign of being karmatit, that you will experience super sensuous joy at all times. And every soul is entitled to natural state of joy and happiness. But it is body consciousness that blocks that from our experience. And when you become soul conscious and the organs are purified, then you always experience super sensuous joy, which is a gift from Baba. So this is the first thing that Baba tells us. Then Baba today tells us that this path is a path for householders. And Baba has told us to be pure while living in a family setting. And This is why there are so many obstacles and problems on this path. Yes, because have you ever heard in the world that they would say, you live in a family and be pure? No. So, and all the quarreling that takes place, or all the problems, people say, go anywhere, don't go to Brahma Kumaris because there'll be a lot of fighting in the house. So, why is there so much quarreling and fighting? Because here there is the aim to become pure. And you see that Baba says that, do you know that in the world, in sannyas dharma, when people became ascetics and sannyasis, so it was not like the man and the woman both become pure. Yes, it was always, the method was the man leaves the house and the woman and then becomes pure. Yes, so in any, even on the path of asceticism or sannyas, women were never encouraged to be pure. And in sannyas dharma it is said that women are the doorway to hell. Nari nark ka dwar hai. And it is because of women that men are impure. And with these kinds of, these kinds of manushya mat or human dictates, the sannyas dharma is created. And then the man is encouraged to leave the household and become pure. But Baba tells us that no, this whole thing about gender bias and the kind of things that are told about the female gender and the male gender, they are all human dictates, and we are all souls. And whether in a female body or a male body, you are still a soul. And Baba says that you, the soul, have to become pure, irrespective of whether you are in a female body or a male body. And in Baba's, Baba gives us the direction that in a household, the man and the woman have to both become pure. Because we are souls and we can only go back to the pure world when we become pure. So purity is most important. Even, to imbibe this gyan, you need purity. So the purity is the foundation of this path. And Baba says the man and the woman have to both become pure. And then what happens is, if one embraces the path and another doesn't, then there is a lot of quarreling and fighting. But Baba says that that is how it is supposed to be, because this is the path of purity, and because of that there is quarreling and fighting. And there is this one Mata, and some days back only she was talking to me, and she said that her husband expressed a lot of dissatisfaction about the fact that she's attending classes and she's embracing purity. So the husband expressed a lot of dissatisfaction, discontentment, and he said, he expressed a lot of anger also. So, and after some time she told me that the husband was very drunk when he did all of that. And then she said that, Didi, I should come for class for 2 days a week, and 3 days I shouldn't come, so that he also feels good about it and sends me happily. So I told her that, this is also Maya. If you think that you will come for 2 days and he will be happy because of that, that's also Maya. Because you see, the husband is drunk, and in that drunken state, he is expressing dissatisfaction with the wife, and the wife is not even having the sense to express dissatisfaction at his drinking. So you see that, how our minds are, or how our sanskars have been created, that the wife doesn't think that I can also express dissatisfaction on the fact that he is drinking, but he has every right to express dissatisfaction about the fact that she is coming to class or practicing purity. So I told her that already, we have damaged ourselves a lot, and every soul, and you must never expect that a pure world will be created without any problems, without any obstacles. Have you ever seen that any great work is done without any problems and obstacles? Yes. No great work is done without problems and obstacles. And if you want a problem free life, there is only one way to have it, which is don't do anything. And that will also be a problem, but in the long run. In the short run, you will feel okay, there's no problem. But Baba here is talking about creating heaven out of hell and creating a deity out of a human. So it's not going to happen very smoothly or without any problems or obstacles. So all those obstacles will come from outside, from your own sanskars, from everywhere. And Baba says this is how Satyug is created every time. And this is a path of purity, and whatever didn't happen on any path will happen here, because nobody ever told you to be pure and nobody came to create a pure world before me. So this is something that you have to keep in mind, that problems are good. And do you know when Maya gives you more trouble? When you are progressing. So if you are getting a lot of obstacles and troubles, that means that you're on the right path and you're progressing. So Maya is troubling you. And I remember there was one time in the class, I asked, how many of you feel that Maya troubles you? And there was this one Mata, she raised her hand, she said, I never feel that Maya troubles me. So I asked her, do you do anything according to Baba's Srimad? Do you get up in the morning? Do you stay pure? Do you eat pure food? Do you do any seva? And she said, no. So I said, that's why Maya doesn't trouble you. So if you do anything according to Srimad, Maya will trouble you. And that's how it is, because you see, Maya has had its way for 63 births, and when you do everything against Maya, you start to win over lust, anger, ego, attachment, greed, which was your staple food all this time, and you start to, leave it, and you start doing, embracing purity and peace, then Maya is going to trouble you big time. And that's how it's supposed to be. So don't get scared if there are obstacles, if there's quarreling, if there are problems. And I'm also, from whatever experience I've had on this journey, I know that, if you are following Srimad, and if your heart is full of good intention and good wishes, then you will not face any real loss. You will only lose that which is worthy of losing. Yes, do you understand that there are many things which we carry and value, but which are worthy of losing, whether it is sanskars, whether it is relationships, whether it is attainments. There are many things that you take pride in having, but they are actually better off when lost. You are better off when they are lost. So on this path, when you follow Srimad, you will only lose what is worthy of losing. You will not lose that which is really valuable. And when you lose something on this path, and then never feel that you lost it, because it was high time you should have lost it. And that's why you lost it. And you see, when Brahma Baba started following Baba's Srimad, then his son left him. Yes, but then it was a good thing that the son left him, because if the son was not in agreement with Baba's directions, then the son needed to find his own path. And that's why he left him, and that was a good thing. So Baba says that you will only lose that which is worthy of losing, and anything that is valuable, anything that is treasurable, you will never lose. And this is why never refrain from following Srimad. And I have understood and experienced that whenever you follow Srimad, there is only Kalyan and benevolence in it. Okay, Om Shanti.